You're watching the Penthouse Pod. I'm Yael Giffen, your host. We are chatting with Nondomiso Kapai, who is the Managing Executive of Absa Home Loans. The subject we're discussing now is, can you access cash from your property? So I'm going to hand it over to you, the expert, to let us know.
Believe it or not, absolutely you can. You can access cash, and I'm going to use it as three ways to keep it simple. The first way, we call it through a further advance as a feature in our mortgage lending products. The further advance relies on the market value of a property increasing over time. And that difference, when you hear people talk about equity, gives you that equity that you can access. If the market value of your property has gone up, you can absolutely access the difference between what you owe the bank and what the value of the property is. Yeah, it does mean going through the credit assessment process. We absolutely have to. It is part of the process, again, to make sure that as a consumer you are able to afford. So that first bucket is called the further advance option. The second option, we do get consumers that pay down their bond up to a certain point, and then they decide, can I actually borrow back up to the original amount? We call that the re-advance option, which is absolutely possible. Again, we do take the consumer through a credit assessment process, and again, to make sure that you can afford your monthly repayments as you take your loan back up to its original amount. The last one is through the Flexi Reserve facility, where you put in more money into your bond, paying much more than the monthly home loan repayments. That pocket, which is called the Flexi Reserve, allows you to access that cash. But again, I want to underscore an important principle there, that the bank will determine the maximum amount that you are able to withdraw from your Flexi Reserve, and that's often the fine print that as consumers we can forget at times from our mortgage loan agreement. So it's exciting. I mean, property shows you that you can actually leverage cash, and we don't ask what you want to access it for. It's money that you can use for absolutely anything. Some consumers decide, I want to renovate my property. I'm going to use the cash for my property to renovate. Others, it could be a trip. It could be for education, university fees, whatever the case may be. That property can generate that cash that you can access. Of course, it's subject to the credit assessment for the first two options that I've explained.
In South Africa, our two biggest markets, what we're seeing, and I can't remember if it was PwC that had a survey that was led, but the two interesting markets that are going to be thriving and contributing to the country's economy the most are family-owned businesses. So thanks, Mom, Dad, Gran, and entrepreneurs, especially in South Africa. Now, I'm putting you in the hot seat because entrepreneurs often don't have pay slips and the types of assurance that a person with a salary can show a bank. However, they own the company and they're paying the salaries. And I'd love to know, because I think an entrepreneur has their own home buying journey and would like, Absa, a bank, to shed light on what support is there for entrepreneurs in owning their own homes when they can't give you exactly what you ask from other people. Does that make sense?
No, it makes a lot of sense, and I was smiling because I know it. We're getting into the realm where it's not the stuff that's easy to see, the pay slips. You can pull your bank statements and see the money coming in, etc. So we do absolutely cater for entrepreneurs, and where it differs, because the same propositions apply, where it differs is in the credit assessment and the information that we will ask for. And we do have to ask for that info. Remember, as a bank, we are lending money, and we want to absolutely make sure that as an entrepreneur, you're able to meet your obligations. In fact, it even goes beyond even entrepreneurs. You do get consumers that also earn a commission It's not going to, it's not necessarily your typical, predictable, full-time employed, monthly salary. And there are certain rules which we have.
Property consultants.
Absolutely, commission.
Yes.
And we've got rules. Without going into the technicalities, I do want the audience to understand we absolutely cater for entrepreneurs. Yes, we will ask for very specific documentation that allows us to understand whether you're able to meet your monthly obligations. Yes, we do cater, and I want to mention the commission earners. We'll look at a couple of things, and yes, we will ask for information that allows us to go back slightly to see, the commission you've been earning. And of course, these are very specific rules that sit in the credit assessment process as part of the work that we do as a bank.
Which actually helps that person know also what their affordability is.
Yeah.
So whilst they might see it as harsh and, I can earn this right now, they might not be seeing their average, which you as a bank can also teach them. So that's really helpful.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've done the 101, 102, 103, 2.0, 3.0 of owning a property, what to expect in your home loan journey. There's a lot that we've covered. Going forward, how can consumers, how can our audience keep up to date with the trends, know what's happening, and evolve again with their property journey, getting more education, more than our show today and the various podcasts that we've recorded. But how can they go forward?
Yeah, we've got our website, www.absa.co.za, where we always make sure we've got all of the available information that consumers need. We've got very specific articles for different customers and different segments. We've got access to tools, right? Calculators, the pre-qualification tool. In fact, our own social media, own platforms, from time to time we do share pertinent information. But in addition to that, as a business, we release what is called the Homeowner Sentiment Index quarterly, which is an index that gives a sentiment that sits in the market. And we go into a lot of good, deep insights.
We follow that religiously.
Oh, thank you. And it helps even the consumer understand where are consumers. And what are the insights by region? Because you could be looking at buying a property outside of the region in which you currently live, right? There's so much info in there that I think, again, very easily accessible from the Absa website and allows even those consumers that might be investors, right? Property investors and are wanting to gauge where the market is. It is all there as deep insights in our Homeowner Sentiment Index.
Brilliant. So going forward from today, our audience can keep ahead, stay ahead, and know exactly what to look out for.
Yeah.
How do they enroll or do they have to?
No need for enrollment. It's all open to the public on the Absa website.
Okay.
And as you land onto the home loans area of the website, and all of the information is there. In fact, we've even got the first-time buyers guide in there as well. And you can go through your own self-education and test your understanding of the buying process.
Good to know.
Yeah.